Evet, herkese merhabalar. Bugün ben Tayfur Özkan, Türkiye'de Padel branşının ilk kurulan spor kulübünün, spor organizasyonunun başkanlığını yürütmekteyim. Diğer arkadaşlarımla beraber. Padel branşı dünyada gerçekten gelişmekte olan önemli bir raket sporu haline geldi. Türkiye'de de bunun öncülüğünü yapmak için çaba sarf ediyoruz. Türkiye'de büyümesi ve gelişmesi için çaba sarf ediyoruz. Bu anlamda bu büyümeyi sağlamak için Gençlik Spor Bakanlığımız da bize destek oldu bu konuda. Projemize destek oldu ve akademik anlamda Marmara Üniversitesi Spor Bilimleri Fakültesi ilk olarak Padel raket sporları branşının Türkiye'de tanıyıp destek olan kurum oldu bu proje kapsamında. Ayrıca bu proje kapsamında Beykoz Belediyesi yerel belediyeler anlamında da öncülük sağladı ve önemli bir vizyon çizdi. Ve Padel branşının da Beykoz'da gelişebilmesi için bu projede paydaş ve destekçi oldu. Şu anda yaptığımız yayın da bu noktayla ilgili aslında. Padel branşının gelişiminde, Türkiye'de tanınmasında, fikir sahibi olunmasında webinarlar düzenliyoruz ve bu da projemizin Gençlik Spor Bakanlığı'nın bize sağladığı destek projesinin bir parçası. Tabii şimdi bu aşamada ülkelere yeni sporlar getirirken çok fazla ayakları oluşuyor. İşte bunlardan birisi tesis, birisi ekipman, birisi eğitim ve bunlar dışında tanınması noktası var. Birçok kurumda var olma noktası var. Hepsini bir arada götürmeye çalışıyoruz ve bunun için çaba sarf ediyoruz. Şimdi burada önemli bir ayrıntı da tabii, bu ayaklardan önemli bir ayrıntı, uluslararası federasyonlar kısmında da söz sahibi olabilmek. Bu sene Şubat ayında yapılan genel kurulda International Padel Federasyonu Padel İstanbul Spor Kulübü Derneği'ni Türkiye'nin bu branştaki temsilcisi olarak tanıdı ve seçti. Tabii bundan da onur duyuyoruz ama ayrıca da önemli bir görev bu bizim için. Ve bu aşamada da biraz sonra izleyeceğiniz, kayıttan izleyeceğiniz konuğumuz International Padel Federation, yani Uluslararası Padel Federasyonu'nun Genel Sekreter Danışmanı Daniel Patti. Daniel bu konuda duayen bir kişi. Hem sporculuk hem yöneticilik konusunda, Padel konusunda dünyada önemli kişilerden birisi. Daniel'la daha önce röportajımızı gerçekleştirdik ve kaydımızı yaptık. Arkasından da sizlerin de daha iyi izleyebilmesi için altyazılı hale getirdik. Ve şimdi biraz sonra izleyeceğiniz bir saatlik yayın, Padel ile ilgili yayın altyazılı olarak izleyebileceksiniz. Ve arkasından da saat 4 civarında Daniel bizle beraber olacak ve ona da varsa sorularımız bir 10-15 dakikalık kısımda sormuş olacağız. Sorularınızı chat kısmından yazabilirsiniz. Chat kısmından yazdığınızda da bizler de soru-cevap kısmı zamanında, yani saat 4 civarında bunları sizlere Daniel'a sormuş olacağız. Ve sorduğumuz bu sorulara da Daniel'dan cevaplar almaya çalışacağız. Evet, şimdi o zaman fazla da zaman kaybetmeden yapalım şeyi. Ekran paylaşmayı yapacağım. Bir saat boyunca da Daniel'la yaptığımız röportajı Türkçe altyazılı olarak izleyebileceksiniz. Biraz önce de söylediğim gibi eğer ki herhangi bir soru varsa da onunla ilgili soruları da tekrardan cevaplayabiliriz soru cevap kısmında. Ama bunları mutlaka yazarak, chat kısmından yazarak sormanız gerekiyor. Hi. Evet, o zaman başlatıyorum. Herkese keyifli bir webinar diliyorum. Bir saat boyunca Daniel'la kayıt yaptığımız röportajı izleyeceğiz. Arkasından da Daniel canlı olarak bağlanacak ve 15 dakikalık bir soru cevap yapacağız. Keyifli webinarlar diliyorum. I am Tayfur Özkan, the president of Padel İstanbul Sport Association. First of all, I very much hope you are doing well and you and your loved ones are healthy. I would like to start by sharing that very recently Padel İstanbul Sport Association has been recognized as a FIP member, which is International Padel Federation. We totally believe that Turkey has a great potential, and as Padel İstanbul Sport Association, we will be doing our best for padel sports to grow in our country. So to help this effort, today we are welcoming Mr. Daniel Patti from International Padel Federation. He has served for padel for more than 20 years. He has incredible experience and vision. He is now the advisor for the General Secretary for FIP. So, dear Dan, we are truly honored to welcome you. Thank you for accepting our invitation. This meeting is specifically important since this is the first Padel webinar that is happening in Turkey. So this is a milestone, and you are our first speaker. We are truly honored that. And here, with your permission, we start. Dear Dan, if you want to say something about that before questions, you can say something. So, and then with your permission, I will start questions. Okay.
Okay. Thank you very much for to be with you in this sharing of screens, like it's our life since 1 year.
Dan, we are not hearing.
But I hope everything
Dan, we are not hearing your voice. I think there is something problem about internet.
I don't know.
Yeah.
You hear me?
Yeah. Now we are hearing you. Yes.
Okay. It's I try to speak a little bit not too fast. Well, thank you very much to invite me to this presentation. It will be a pleasure to share with you some questions, and I hope the replies will be enough interesting for you. I hope to have the opportunity to meet you personally soon, and to have the opportunity to play padel, because this is the most enjoyable and important thing that we could have for our sport. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you again, Dan. Here we start. I have mentioned about you a bit, but if you want, can you please introduce yourself more?
Regarding my history in the padel, or what?
Yes, it's about paddle or whatever you want, about sport, about your life.
Okay, you know, this is an interesting sport that was started in the 60s in Mexico. I had the chance to meet the person who thought about this sport, who created this sport in his garden, in his house in Acapulco in Mexico, Mr. Corcuera. Now he already passed, but I had the chance to meet him. It's not easy to meet the people who create one sport. Then I had this pleasure. I am involved in the padel since the 90s, when I brought padel to Italy, and since 94 I am member of the International Padel Federation in different positions. In the board of director, I was secretary general, and I was also president for 6 years. My life is all connected with padel. I started playing, then after playing I started to be manager, and till this moment that I try to continue to play in order to maintain my body active and enjoy playing with the friends. The development of this sport is unbelievable in the last years. It's a big explosion in all the world, not only in Europe but also in Asia. We have good information also about the development in Africa, in America, where it was the most important development from the technical point of view, and then it was established and fixed without new clubs and new development, but now it started again. Then there are new investments in Brazil, in Argentina, in Chile, Uruguay, Ecuador is just coming in. In USA we will have this year a very important event for the World Cup for seniors, and that brings to us a very fresh air of interesting development. In Europe, you know, there are more than 50 countries with their own federations, and we have already in our international federation integrated more than 30. Then it's almost all Europe integrated in our federation. Close to Turkey, there are some other countries who request the integration. Bulgaria is already inside. Greece will be inside in the next month. Romania, it will come. From North Africa, Egypt is already inside. We have other countries like Georgia and Armenia already integrated. Then around Turkey, there are a lot of possibilities also to develop activities with other countries, interchanging events or interchanging players, till it will be possible to participate to the main events. The important for padel is not only to have the wish to play, but to have the court. And the most important thing to what the federation in Turkey has to think is to create the conditions to have courts. To have courts in the clubs, in the university, in the municipality places, in any place, in any schools, in the beaches, in any place where it will be possible to install a court. This is the key, because when the people start to play, will leave the racket anymore, but they need a court. It's not like a football that you put 2 t-shirts on the floor and you play, or it's not like volleyball you could play also even without the net. Here you need the court. Then the most important thing is to have the court. This is the first target. The rest will come absolutely very, very easy, because juniors, ladies, families, adults, everybody who will play will have the racket in the hand for 15 minutes.
Yeah, this is great.
Not leave the racket anymore.
This is great to hear about your experience and dedication for Padel for so many years, and it is very good news also to hear countries for Padel to attend FIP organization. So it is very important. Thank you once again. So next question. Dan, can you please tell us about FIP, the history and the future, when it was established, how many countries, also you told about that, how many countries and players are involved, what is the vision of the federation? Can you tell about a bit?
Okay. Yeah. I don't know if I have the possibility to share the screen.
Yes, I will. Yes, I will do that. Yes, you can do that now.
Okay. This is just to show you this is the history, the other sports. Just to make a very short, we are compared with other sport of rackets. Badminton is supposed to be the oldest sport of racket. This is started, even if it's not clear how 2000 years before Christ it was a racket, but okay, badminton is supposed to be the oldest. Then arrived the pelota, the jeu de la pomme, this is the pala corda in France, hayalai, pelota vasca, the squash, this is very interesting, in the 18th century in London prisons. The tennis arrived only in 1975 with a lot of variants today, also the beach tennis. Table tennis that was connected with ping pong also is in the Olympic Games. Front tennis is something similar to hayalai. Platform tennis, where start our development because we use the same rackets at the beginning. Racquetball, mainly in USA, racquetball, and paddle arrived in 1962, and this was the first paddle court in the house of Mr. Corcuera in Mexico.
Wow, this is the first picture, huh?
This is the first picture of the first paddle court in the world. 1962 in Mexico. And only after paddle in the 62 arrived pickleball in the 65. Yeah. That means we are a young sport. From the racket point of view, very young sport. But the development of this young sport is unbelievable high. Unbelievable high. The sport was born in Mexico. The paddle, Corcuera, the paddle was the word similar to the paddling for the canoa, for the rowing. This is Mr. Corcuera here in the center of the picture with his wife. Here on the right side is Mr. Nicastro, that is the current president of the Argentinian Padel Federation. Then a prince from Spain, Alfonso of Hohenlohe, in the 1970, brought the sport to Marbella and created in his hotel 2 paddle courts. And in this moment, the sport starts to be a little bit more open to the people, because only the people who visit the hotel was able to understand that exists a new sport with this name. Some rich people from Argentina brought this idea to their homes in South America, and until this moment the sport was only closed at the high society and only the private people. It was not clubs. But after the 80 in Argentina, it was an explosion. These were the first racket used in the platform tennis, and we use in Padel. Then it was an explosion, and when it was organized in the 1991, 12th of July in Madrid, the general meeting to register the International Federation participate only 3 federations, Argentina, Uruguay, and Spain, and they create the International Padel Federation, 12th of July 1991. In 1992, it was organized the first World Padel Championship, and participate only 8 nations. 8 nations. You have to consider that today are members of the International Padel Federation almost 45, but there are people playing padel in more than 70 countries. Then very soon we will reach this minimum number that we need to apply for the IOC, for the International Olympic Committee. We need to have at least 75 national federations registered. Okay, from the Mexico 62, you know, Mexico 62 start the sport. Only in the 91 start the federation. It was 30 years. Then it was too much time. The padel was developed, but was not developed at the social level, at the public level, at the access for everybody level. And that was the reason that the federation was not constituted, because it was not created the need from the clubs, from the people, to have a federation who organize events. No, the events were organized only by privates. And then it's rather difficult to understand that for one sport, only after 30 years it was created the federation. In Turkey, you created the federation almost without a sport, but the world is changing. Since the 1991, we start to organize the World Padel competitions every 2 years, and the first was in Sevilla Expo. It was the finals with Argentina champion and with 8 nations: Argentina, Spain, France, England, Italy, Mexico, Paraguay, and Uruguay. Then from this moment, we could see here a picture of today the king of Spain. That was a young guy, Philip, who played padel and who participated to the event. Then it was the Madrid 96. This is another interesting picture and an interesting thing for you, that we need celebrities. You need celebrities.
Yes.
And in this championship, it was present the president of the Spanish government, Mr. Aznar, and that creates a very big, you know, sort of journalist, advertising and everything, and then everybody want to play. And this is very fast. Then we went to Argentina, Mar del Plata, then we went to Toulouse, Mexico, Buenos Aires, Murcia, Calgary, Riviera Maya in Mexico, Palma de Mallorca in 14, Cascais 16. That means every 2 years we have the World Padel Championships. We could see here in Cascais 16, it was the first time that applied to the World Championship more than 16 teams. 16 teams is the final phase. Then we had the need to organize the qualification, the qualifying rounds. And one round was organized in Lithuania with Holland, Lithuanians, and if I could remember, it was the Finnish people and the British people here, the 4 flags. In Holland, it was the team from France and the ladies team from UK. Here was in Belgium with the ladies from Switzerland and from Finland, and this was here in Switzerland with the teams from French, Austria, and Switzerland. And that was the first need to open the final game to qualifying games that creates more events to arrive to the last event. This situation was repeated in the Paraguay 2018. It was not possible to be played last year due to COVID, the World Championship. It will be played this year, and the qualifying rounds will be played now in the summer. Because now there are more than 30 countries applying to play, but the places in the main draw I reserved only for 16 teams.
Yeah.
Then, you know, this is the main championship, but of course the main championships are the juniors for us, because the juniors are the future. Then under 14, 16, 18, this year will be played in Mexico. This is our future, and this is the basis to whom the new federation has to work. The seniors, of course, are important because it's to maintain the people connected, to our sport, to bring sponsors is very important. Then what is important for us is in our sport could be played from 6 years, 7 years, when the people is able to have the racket in the hand, till 70, 75, 80. It depends on the physique, but really it's possible to play for a long time. This is very, very important for you.
Yeah, maybe.
Padel, fastest growing sport in the world. We always said 10% badminton, racquetball, squash, tennis, and table tennis, but 90% unique and magic. This is our sport.
Yeah.
And this is the development that I wanted to share with you. We start with 3, then we had a flat area where the strategical idea from the federation managers in this period was to include only federation with already good established development of the sport in their own country. That is difficult. You have to wait some years. And then it was a little bit increased. I received the federation here in the 2012, and from this moment it was the increasing up to today is very high.
Okay.
This is the division you see in Europe. We have 29, but in the different countries we are really a big family today. And Turkey is here.
Yeah.
This is important. That Turkey is
very
here.
important. Also, next time we will see the picture, your presentation from Turkey, maybe.
Okay. Then you know, Padel today continue to grow independently of Mr. Tayfur or Mr. Daniel. Is going. It's going like a snowball going down the hill, and nobody could stop. It's unbelievable. It's very nice to see these results. It's very nice that paddle courts. Whenever I travel a lot, okay, not in the last period, but it's nice that go with the car and see paddle court here when 2 months ago was was nothing there.
Yeah.
Or visit a new club where it was only tennis or football or other sport, and now it's paddle everywhere. It's very nice.
I felt proud once again for Padel İstanbul Association to be a part of such a big organization. So we are so lucky to be in this organization. Thank you again. If you want, I will ask the other question. Then, based on your experience, you talk about that a bit. Maybe you want to add something. How do you see Padel branch feature? Can you please provide some numbers and statistics? Also, you showed some statistics with your presentation. Also, last years, there are a lot of national federations there. Well, yes, statistics, maybe.
Okay. You know, the situation is different if we talking about official numbers and not official numbers. I represent a federation, and we have to talk official numbers. And the only official numbers that the federation has is the number of license or the number of events that you organize. Then if we pay attention, for example, here this is a comparison of sport license in Spain till 2013, the increase, it was from 2,000 to 43,000. Now Spain, just to keep one example, has more or less 65,000 license. License means the registered number and name of a player who play the tournaments, who has covered by insurance, who go to the courses, who has a license, who has a link with the federation. But you know, 65,000 license compared to the 4.5 millions of people who play padel in Spain is nothing. Is I don't know, is less than 3%, 4%. It's nothing. Then when we have to use the numbers for the people who play padel to convince one sponsor to give us €1, we have not to talk about official numbers, because official numbers are very low. Not official numbers, that there are the numbers coming from commercial indexes, selling of rackets, selling of hours of padel courts, selling of lessons, selling of clothes, selling of padel balls. These numbers that come from the industry gives us the real number of people who play padel. Maybe do not play tournaments, maybe they don't have license, for sure they don't have license, that they play padel. Then you know, my dream is to be like the golf, that everybody who play golf has a license in the world. But for padel probably it will be impossible, like it's impossible for football, for tennis, for many other sports. Then we have always to take care about what we have to give, like information. Officially, the information is the number of license. And if we sum the number of license of all the federations, we could arrive to 3 millions, 2 millions in the world, probably. But if we pay attention to the numbers of people who play padel, we arrive very easily to 15 to 20 millions. And this is due to the big development that we have, a big communication in the YouTube. You go to YouTube and you will see a lot of videos that everybody from different parts of the world load continuously, because they enjoy loading videos with their success in paddle, but probably they are not registered in the federation. Then, you know, it's difficult to talk, but these are some numbers. This is a comparison between men and women. This is also interesting, very interesting, because the only other sport who has more women playing than us is the volleyball, that is rather 52%. But from swimming to rugby, football, tennis, rowing, okay, not gym. If we go to gym, not. But if we talk about sport
branch,
we will have always less than 30% to the ladies. And this is our power also, because ladies means mama bring the children's, mama play with papa, mama play with the children. If the ladies are in the club, the guys will be in the club. It's very, very, very important to maintain and to increase this level. Also because it's nice. It's nice to have such numbers, that this is an open federation, an open view. And the distribution in the ages, we see that still here is 18 to 24, but here is also the younger than 18, that due to the policies related to the privacy we could not include. But here we see the rest of the people are very old. We have to work here. We have to work more here to increase this and to maintain this, but to increase this. To maintain in terms of quantity, but to reduce in terms of percentage, but to increase the quantity of people who play padel that they are young. Because honestly speaking, our sport is for everybody, for old people, for young people, for people who want to be top player, or for people who want just to enjoy playing padel. This is
okay. And yeah, amazing to hear once again the great potential of padel. Each time I am more impressed about that. Thank you again to hear for this potential information. And next question. You again talk about a little bit, but I want to ask again, maybe you can say something. Would you please explain the process on the way to Olympics as padel?
You know, when we talk about Olympics, the people thinking only in the Olympic Games. But Olympic Games is one part of the Olympic family. One thing is to become part of the Olympic family. To be part of the IOC, International Olympic Committee, federations recognized in the world. What means recognized? That all federations must have the recognition of their own national Olympic Committee or the National Sport Authority. Not all the padel federations have this recognition. Some federations have the recognition from the Olympic Committee, some of them of the Secretary or Ministry of Sport. But all our members, that there are 5 now are recognized, but there are not 75. Then only if you have more than 40, you could be recognized by GEZ. GEZ is a global association of international sport federation. GEZ is also here in Lausanne, and it's an organization that serves to the federations to have a recognition when they are not able to arrive to IOC. This is very important to have this recognition, because this recognition obligates to work in some way to start to be oriented to the rules. The rules must be respected to arrive to the IOC. You have to be included in the WADA. For example, we are working with WADA to be included this year. Then the first step is to be recognized. The first step is to create a federation. The second step is to recognize the federation nationally. The third step is to arrive to the international federation. And when you arrive to the international federation, start again to create international federation, to be recognized at the international federation, and to arrive to the highest recognition. We exist. We are recognized by GEZ. To arrive to the IOC, we need some more years to include some more federations recognized. And then we will be recognized by IOC. This is not automatically that you go to the Olympic Games. The Olympic Games are divided in the Winter Olympic Games and Summer Olympic Games. We do not play with ski or with skate, then our sport is summer game. Then we will go to the Summer Olympic Games. The Summer Olympic Games will be held in Tokyo in a few days. The Summer Olympic Games has a program with the quantity of medals, the quantity of days. It's very fixed, and it's established since long time. And to come in one sport must go out. And that comes the difficulty, because in any year there are some changes, but you know, you need a lot of power to come in. And there are a lot of federations that are trying and trying and trying. Squash, for example, and are not able to come in.
Yeah,
And some other comes. Golf was coming back after many years in London. Maybe they will remain, maybe not. Rugby 7 was coming back after many years. Will remain, we don't know. In Tokyo, it will be introduced some new sports like skate, dancing, and something new. Also in Paris, the program includes some new urban sports. But you know, some sport was suffering because they are not anymore in the Olympic Games. Then, as a sportman, is a big headache. It's a big headache pushing my federation to be in, but knowing that one federation will be out. This is very, very unfair situation. But this is the situation. I honestly think that if we will be accepted by IOC, the opportunity to be in the Olympic Games, it will be very fast. Because if I think about, I take always two other sports like examples. Okay. Beach volley and mountain bike. Two sports, new, but nice television, nice people, ladies and men, nice glasses, nice bodies, nice pictures. And this is interesting. It's a product. You have to sell the product. Yeah. And then we have the product to be sold. I come back to this because this is course. These are the product. We have the product. We have the product. Then if we have the product, I feel televisions could help, big brands could help, Adidas, Nike could help, download. Then I feel it will be not so difficult to go inside the program, and which sport will go out, I don't know. But I feel it will be not so difficult for padel to be in the Olympic Games. It will be not so difficult. But we have to work hard.
Yes.
In order to try to the setup for the demonstration sports in Paris is already done. Maybe we could make something in the 2024 and just cross the finger for the 2028 in the USA. But we have to work hard.
Yes.
One important milestones, like you said, today is a milestone, but we had also in the 2023 a milestone in the Olympic Games in Krakow in Poland, organized by the European Olympic Committees, and Padel will be in Krakow 2023. It's not Olympic Games, it's games organized by the Olympic committees. It's different. Not all the games that are celebrating tournaments are Olympic Games, but in any case, it's very important, the acceptance of the European Olympic Committees of Padel to be present in Krakow 2023. That's why I am positive toward the possibility to be included in the official Summer Olympic Games whenever we will be accepted by IOC.
Okay. We as an academician know by heart the importance of the Olympic spirit for sport. As Padel İstanbul Association, we will do our best and support till the end for Padel branch to be an Olympic sport. So I hope we will be in the next future.
I hope so.
Yeah.
You will see. You will receive also our support.
Yeah, we will support it.
And yeah, and we have to work, and we have to reach the target.
Okay. So next question, Daniel. How did COVID-19 period affected padel sports?
A lot because you know, we are talking about sport. The people was not able to practice the sport, was not able to participate to courses, to events. We had to cancel the World Cup. We had to cancel the Pan American Cup, the European Cup. It was really very, very difficult year. Also for the fundraising, you know, we have some sponsors that these sponsors do not get back any result in terms of image. Then they pay to the International Federation less than it was predicted. On the other side, we organize a lot of activity. We organize webinars, technical webinars for the coaches to maintain the people updated. We organize technical sessions for children, for ladies, for top players. We organized also all the program for the project that was launched this year in terms of image, setup of the tournaments, qualifications for referees. Then we tried to organize everything that was possible to be organized from home, you know, because it was not possible to travel, not possible to meet people, not possible to organize events. And one federation lives on events, and events with public, because, you know, we are not the football that you could make the game in any case without public, because you have the media rights and the television who pay for you, and then you organize and the people play and you see in the television and you feel that everything is normal. No, for us it's not the same, because if we don't have the public, yes, we could have the television, we could have the streaming, but we don't have the resources to make this. We need to meet people. It's only in the village around the paddle court where the people leaves the event, buy the t-shirt, buy the present for the friend, talk with the others, recognize the nice player, make a picture with him. The paddle event is the focus for us. And without the possibility to organize this, it was really very, very tough. Then we concentrate our energy in the preparation of the setup for this year, in some technical sessions, and this with these limited resources, we try to maintain the people linked, you know. But for the sport, it was a disaster. It was very difficult for everybody. Also for the federations, we reduced the fee for the federations because we understand that also for them it's more difficult to raise funds because they have no activity, no courses, no tournaments, and the federations normally receive some numbers, some money from this organization, and if you are not able to organize just only with the official funds or for some sponsor that you have is not enough. Then we were working mainly oriented to organize better our activity, not to be away from the people, just to be connected by video, and organizing technical sessions and organizing meetings, organizational meetings, and preparing the setup for this year.
I think we were lucky in Turkey because Padel branch in Turkey had an important advantage in time of COVID-19. Since the sport itself is outdoor and contactless, this is the reason why the Ministry of Sports supported our project. I think for this reason we were lucky in Turkey about Padel branch, and also at this point I would like to add about the potential of Turkey, with your permission. First of all, the young population of Turkey creates a potential for the growth for Padel. Plus, Padel is starting in Istanbul, so which is metropolitan with a population of 20 million people. So I personally believe that in the very near future, Padel will be widespread all around Turkey. I wanted to add to you about Turkey's information and Turkey's potential. And Next question, next two questions. Would you please explain why you recognize Padel İstanbul Association as an official member of FIP?
The process of recognition is predicted in our bylaws. There are some documentation to be presented. There are some projects to be drawn, and since your request, we interchange the list of documentation and list of paperwork to be done. Then you performed everything, and you received the letters from support from the Ministry of Sport. That is one of the conditions. The condition is or the letter of the National Olympic Committee or the letter of the Ministry of Sport. And then we receive all of them. Then it was not difficult to decide. On the other side, maybe you remember, I was telling you at the beginning that there are another organization willing to be part of the federation. And they receive, for everybody who called the federation or to make the federation, they receive the same letter that I sent to you the first day. Thank you very much. We hope you will do the best. And this is the list of things that you have to be done. When you are ready, please informing us. That's it. And then you was able to perform, the other people was not able to perform. And then the comparison was very clear. You have something back to you, they have nothing. On the other side, what was our main decision is the idea to be connected with the universities. That was interesting for us, like strategy. And this is one idea that we are trying to do in USA, to be connected with the colleges and the university to spread the sport in all the countries through the educational aspects. And then you are teacher in the university, you are connected in the university scheme, and then that was also interesting for us when we saw this idea in the development project. The rest is only documentation. If somebody else present the same documentation of you, probably we will have no decision. That was happened in some countries. In some countries, it was like I told. Somebody present perfect bylaws, minutes of the meetings, list of representing, business plan, everything perfect. The other perfect. One the letter of the ministry, one the letter of the Olympic Committee. Who is the right? We don't know. Then in this case, we do not take the decision. We promote the meeting between them. They have to find the solution. When they found the solution internally in the country, we will choose. If not, in the moment, we don't want to have problems choosing one, keeping one out, when maybe the people who is out make a claim to us. We don't want to have such a problem. Then in this moment, it was easy to take the decision for your application. In other conditions, it could be not so easy. But in your case, it was good, because the paperwork was done in the proper way. The ministry recognized your organization, Ministry of Sport, and the project includes activity of educational through universities. Is interesting, and that was the three elements.
Thank you, Dan. We really feel honored for your. And then next one, the last one. Are there any resources you would like to share with our participants so that they can learn more on Padel?
Well, you know, now we have a member that was elected in the assembly, even if you will be officially 22, because it was accepted in the assembly this year, but you will be member from the 1st of January next year. Then you will not pay a fee this year. You could not participate to the events this year. The next year, yes. Since we have, in any case, already select a member who represents Turkey in our federation, all the new inquiries, or even the old inquiries with people interested to padel from Turkey, we will start to deviate to you, because you have to manage. You are the responsible of the sport in your country. Then you have to manage. You have to found agreement with somebody who want to work in the federation, or want to play, or want to teach, or want to do anything. It's your business. We will be always behind you, looking that you make a fair work, but it's your country, it's your business. And everything that arrive in the federation and was arriving in the federation, we will send to you, and then you will start to consider to talk with these people, to agree with these people, to make the federation stronger and faster development.
Thank you. Then anything else you want to add? It has been a great conversation for us. Really a great conversation. It was a pleasure. If you want anything else you want?
The only thing that I want to add is that you have now a very important key in your hands, that is the recognition of the International Federation. And this is very important for you, but you have to be open to everybody who want to give something for the development of sport in your country. That means you are the recognition, you are the president, you are okay, but if there is somebody else who want to do something, please meet them, hear them, try to understand them, and try to integrate in your activity. Because Turkey is a very big country. I was in Ankara, I was in Izmir, I was in Istanbul. I know it's a very big country, it's a big potential. You will need people everywhere, you will need people, and if the people is comfortable with you, everybody make good, and it's for the goodness of the sport and the goodness for the federation. In some countries, you know, there are other sport federations active in padel. We have in Ukraine the badminton federation that is very close to padel. The staff is the same, even if there are two federations. Or in Iran, it's the squash federation who drive the padel. Or in Italy, France, United Kingdom is the tennis federation who drive the padel. You know, you have to think in the autonomy of the sport, but at the same time, what is good for you and for your country. And if you see that to found an agreement with some federation could bring some better results or good results or better results in shortest time or something like this, is something that you have to analyze. We could not analyze from our country, because if padel with tennis is functioning in Italy, was not functioning in Portugal, and it was not functioning in France, first years, and now it's working. Then it's not automatic. Each country is different. Then in the case that you have some approach from some federation, racket sport, who want to do something with padel, meet them, try to understand them, and evaluate with your people if it's convenient or not to have an agreement or not, to go alone or to go with somebody. My feeling is to be always open and to evaluate time to time, and then to make some risk decisions. But what is important for you, Tayfur, is that you have the key, because you have the recognition of the International Federation. Then you drive the conversation, not other. You drive the conversation. Then this key is very important, and you have to use carefully, but with very powerfully. It's very important. This is my suggestion to you.
Thanks, Dan. Thanks once again. Very good points for us, for Turkey, for Padel, for me especially. We very much look forward to seeing you in Istanbul soon. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your experience. Thank you for your support. So thanks again for everything.
I thank you very much to give me this opportunity, and I look forward to have the new opportunity very soon.
Okay.
And of course,
okay,
to have the opportunity to visit you, to pay the official visit that was not possible to be performed before, but we have an agenda that it will be done. Okay. Have a good day.
Have a nice day.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Evet. Merhabalar herkese tekrar. Bir saatlik yayınımızı sonlandırdık şimdi. Daniel'la yaptığımız yayınımızı. Katılımcılarımız var. Katılımcılarımız dışında da çok değerli 2 tane konuğumuz var. Ve şimdi bu bölümde çok kısa bir 15 dakikalık bir soru cevap kısmı yapacağız. Arkasından da bitirmiş olacağız. Zaten bu 1 saatlik yayında Daniel fazlaca şekilde bizleri aydınlattı. Daniel, I talk about the recording session and we will start Q&A session. I translate like this. And thank you again. It was very good. What is your comment? Did you watch it?
Thank you very much. I'm here, available for you and for the development of Padel in Turkey. Then, with pleasure, I am here connected with your people, with your fans, with your players, with the curious people from Turkey that want to put some questions.
Daniel da diyor ki zaten 1 saatlik yayında birçok konuya değindik ama Türkiye'de Padel branşının gelişimi için buradayım. Hem sporcuların hem kulüplerin hem organizasyonun gelişimi için buradayım. Herhangi bir soru varsa da cevaplayabilirim dedi. Ve şimdi bakıyorum sorular var mı diyor ama öncesinde de bizim Spor Bilimleri Fakültesi dekanımız, bizi hiçbir zaman yalnız bırakmayan dekanımız Profesör Doktor Ali Kızılet hocamız bizimle beraber. Onun da varlığı, destekleri çok önemli. Aynı zamanda da bu projede Gençlik Spor Bakanlığı'nın Padel sporunu geliştirme projesinde de paydaşımız, işbirlikçi ve destekçi akademik kurumumuz Marmara Üniversitesi Spor Bilimleri Fakültesi. İlk defa Türkiye'de eğitim anlamında Padel branşını tanıyan kurum olmuş oldu. Bu sayede de bu durum çok değerli. Ali Hocam, söylemek istediğiniz şeyler var mı? Hem Daniel'a hem katılımcılarımıza.
Evet, herkese merhaba. Daniel'a da merhaba. Hello Daniel.
Hello.
Şimdi tercümeyi sen sonra mı yapacaksın? Bitireyim mesela düşüncelerimi. Biz şimdi şansıma hep raket sporlarının Türkiye'de yaygınlaştırılmasında hep aktif rol almakla başladı. Yani badminton gibi bir sporun da ülkede yaygınlaştırılmasında hep içerisinde olmuştuk. Şimdi yine tekrar bu fırsatı yakaladık. Biz Marmara Üniversitesi Spor Bilimleri Fakültesi olarak kurulduğumuz günden beri zaten 50 yıllık bir geçmişe yaklaşık sahip bir kurum olarak birçok spor dalının başlangıcını gerçekleştiren kurumlardan bir tanesi oldu. Bunlardan mesela belki yeni öğrencilerimiz bilmezler. Türkiye'de handbolun başlangıcı da bizim okul ve Gazi beraber başlatmıştık. Yani bugün handbolun geldiği noktada da bizim okulun önemli bir yeri vardı. Şimdi tabii birçok yeni spor dalını da tanıtmak Spor Bilimleri Fakültesi olaraktan bizlere onur veriyor. Şimdi padel sporunun ülkemizde tanınması ve yaygınlaştırılmasında önemli bir stratejik rol üstlendik. Bunu Sayın Tayfur Özkan Hoca'nın çok büyük emeği ve ilgisiyle beraber gerçekleştireceğiz. Bununla ilgili okulumuza bir tesis kazandırılması ve okulumuzda bunun hizmet verebilmesi için de yer tespiti dahi yaptık. İnşallah kısa zamanda onu da faaliyete geçireceğiz. Yani öğrencilerimiz çok rahat bir şekilde bu alanları kullanabilecekler. Tabii bu sporun önemli bir yönü şu, açık havada yapılması ve özellikle de yaş ayrımı yapmaksızın, yani çok küçük yaştan daha ileri yaşlara kadar rahat rahat yapılabilen bir spor olması. Tabii temassız olmasının önemli bir avantajı var. Özellikle de yaş ilerledikçe. Bu bağlamda inanıyorum ki ülkemizde bu sporun üniversitenin de işin içerisinde olmasıyla beraber çok kısa zamanda yaygınlaştırılacak. Bununla ilgili de üzerimize düşen her şeyi yapmaya biz hazırız. İnşallah da yapacağız. Bu bağlamda Daniel'e verdiği bilgiler için çok teşekkür ediyorum. Katkılarını her zaman bekliyoruz. Kurumumuz olaraktan da her zaman içimizde, yanımızda görmeyi arzu ederiz. Şimdiden davet ediyoruz. Uygun zamanda bekleriz fakültemize de. Katılan herkese teşekkürlerimi sunuyorum. Saygılar sunuyorum.
Teşekkür ederiz hocam. İyi ki varsınız. İyi ki yanımızdasınız. Ayrıca tabii birçok noktada, birçok branşın gelişiminde çok büyük katkı verdiniz. Paddel'da da umarım bunları beraber gerçekleştireceğiz. Daniel, I want to translate our Dean of Sport Science Faculty, Professor Ali Kızılet. He told that since the very first day as Marmara Üniversitesi Sport Science Faculty, we felt honored to introduce one sport, different sports branch in our country. For example, handball, for example, badminton. And now we feel proud to take this role for Padel. I totally believe that Padel will gain popularity very soon as it's being an outdoor or indoor contactless sport, especially it's important for COVID-19 process maybe, that embraces all age groups. And he said that he would like to thank you for all the information you shared with us. Also, our Dean, Professor Ali Kızılet, invited you to our university all the time, whenever you want. And for all the participants, Ali Kızılet thanked all the participants for your participating. That's all. Do you want to say anything to our Daniel.
Okay, thank you very much for the translation, but I don't want to make the question and answers session too long. Maybe for the people that I am reading here that they are putting questions, then you could maybe calling me later and explain me later some other introduction. With pleasure. I understand. I am happy that Turkey is with the International Federation now. I look forward to helping you in the development. I trust that the development will arrive very fast because I see in this week we will have the European Championships in Spain, and I see some countries that 2 years ago were not available to present their teams, that they are there with teams. And that is a very impressive and interesting for us to see the development. You know, Turkey is also a bridge between Europe and Asia, and also has a lot of influence in the Middle Asia area. This is very interesting for us. For me personally, because I was many times for my work in Turkey, but also from the sport point of view, I see that the possibilities are very high. Of course, we need courts, like in my first speech. This is your job. You have to use the network of the universities and everything that you have available to capture possibilities. Courts. With courts, the development will be very fast.
Okay. Thank you, Daniel. Daniel öncelikle Ali hocamıza teşekkür etti ilgi duyduğu için ve destek verdiği için. Bunun dışında Türkiye'nin çok önemli olduğunu ve bir köprü olduğundan bahsetti. Türkiye'de daha önce bulunduğunu ve bunun ne kadar değerli olduğunu da net bir şekilde gördüğünü söyledi. Bunun dışında sorular olduğunu ve sorulara da cevap vermek istediğini söyledi. Tabii soruların olması da bizi de memnun etti. Ve her türlü desteğe hazır olduğunu ve kortlar da oluştuğunda umuyoruz ki üniversite desteğiyle bu sporun, padel sporunun çok hızlı büyüyeceğinden bahsetti. Evet, şimdi de Ali hocam teşekkür ederiz. Şimdi I will start for the Q&A session. Also, first one from, I will check it.
Numan Özben.
Yes. Numan, in Turkish, dünya genelinde paddle kortlarının çevresi ne çeşit malzemelerden yapılıyor diye sormuş. This means in English, out of what material the surroundings of paddle courts are made of globally. Numan is our student. Also, he organized everything. He's a one of volleyball students. Us.
If I good understood, the question is what is the possibility to develop courts in Turkey? Or please, could you repeat me the precise question?
Yeah. Whether they are cheap or expensive, or are they located stand alone or within other branch, and for example out of wood like this.
This depends on the possibility. You know, me and other friends here in Italy, when we brought the sport in the 1991, the first court was done with wooden panels and aluminum substructure. Then today it's impossible to think for this in a country where it's already developed, but it was the starting point, and a lot of people played with this court installed like Wimbledon on the grass without other surface, and it was good, and a lot of people enjoying the 1991 summer playing paddle in this court. And then in this court, we create with our hands, and it costs very, very low price at the end. Then, you know, it's not necessary to start with a World Padel Tour glass courts, full glass, full panoramic, LED lighting, and super grass surface. You could start with everything, but of course, we need the walls, we need the mesh, and we need the dimension to respect this. Then the possibilities are very, very wide, We have to consider that the paddle sport start with walls of concrete, bricks, and only recently the development of glass and metal subtractor arrives and is imposed in most of the countries. But when it started in Mexico, but also in Spain, but also in South America, it was brick walls, and brick walls has a cost depending on the country. Then I could not tell you. The important is to start. With what you start, it depends on your possibilities, but the important is to start and not think about the dream of the top court, because maybe the top court will arrive, in any case will arrive, but it's not necessary to start from the top. For everything in the life, it's not necessary to start from the top. We have to create the basis, and the basis could be also some cheap solution, some interesting solution for the schools, for the colleges, for the peripheries of the cities, for the condominiums. Not necessary to arrive to top courts with panoramic glass in order. You have not the show, you have not the television around. You have to put 4 people playing inside. Not think about the television today. Thinking about to create the infrastructure to allow people play.
Okay. Daniel özellikle şundan bahsetti. Biz dedi İtalya'ya getirdiğimizde 1991'de bu spor tahta, yani etrafı tahtadan çevrili şekilde yapılmıştı dedi İtalya'da. Yani aslında ülkeden ülkeye değişebiliyor dedi. Yani biliyorsunuz ki en büyük maliyeti bu sporun etrafının çevrildiği camlar, ama o da dedi 1991'de biz bunu tahtayla başlatmıştık İtalya'da. Yani herkes full glass ya da panoramik ile başlamanız şart değil dedi. Ayrıca bunları glass yapanlar, yani cam yapanlar ve etrafında bunu çevirmeden yapanlar da var dedi. Ama en önemli kısım ebatlara ve kurallara uymamız gerekiyor dedi. Yani hangi materyalden yaptığınızın dışında asıl önemli olan şey ebatlar ve kurallara uymak. Yoksa birçok seçenek oluşabiliyor. Ve çok önemli bir şey daha söyledi aslında hepimiz için. Başlarken önemli olan başlamak. Top court'u hedeflemeye gerek yok en başta. Önce temeli bir atmak lazım. Ve bir sürü çözümle gelinebilir. 4 oyuncu içine koyduğunuz zaman, insanların oynaması için bu yapıyı kurduğunuz zaman gerisi de gelebilir dedi. Thank you, Daniel. I will check for the next question.
Damla Duyuk.
Damla is one of the volleyball students more. Padel raketlerinde neden delikler bulunuyor diyor. Why do paddle rackets have
Holes
yes.
in the paddle racket? Because if not, it's very heavy. We have to make lighter. You have in the rackets just a frame with a net. Here not. It's a flat surface that was improved from 8 millimeter, today 38. But this is flat. When you move, the air does not penetrate, then it's more difficult to move and it's more heavy. Then the holes create some flexibility, more easy to move and less heavy.
Okay. Öncelikle Daniel dedi ki ağır olmamalı. Ağır olmaması için bu delikler var dedi. Yani materyali daha büyük, ağır hale getirmemek için. Hafif olması için dedi. Yani 838. I think you said 838. Yeah.
It was starting from 8, now its maximum is 38 millimeters.
8 ve 38 milimetre arasında olabiliyor standart dedi. Hava ile birleşince delik olmazsa ağır oluyor. Dolayısıyla bu sebepten dolayı da hafif olması için deliğimiz var dedi. And
3, friction. Friction with the air. Light and flexibility, because the holes allows to have a surface flexible.
Evet.
3.
Hafif olması ve esnek olması, flexible olması da için bunun yapılıyor olduğunu söyledi. Şimdi diğer soruya geçiyorum. Next question. Kim sormuş? Ali sormuş. Bu arada Ali'ye de özel bir teşekkür etmek istiyorum. Ali Osman Ali Osman Can Kocakaya bu altyazıları oluşturdu ve bu kadar güzel sizlere aktarılmasına sebep olan kişi. İyi ki varsın Ali Osman diyorum. Ali Osman, these questions made our subtitles for our recordings. He made our subtitles, so I thanked again to Ali Osman. Okay. And Ali Osman, question is, en erken hangi yaşlarda çocuklar pedal sporuna başlayabilir? Earliest at what are the kids can start playing pedal?
It depends how big are the kids. It depends when they have the possibility to have the racket in the hands. It's similar to tennis. It's impossible to set 6 years old, 7 years old, 8 years old, 10 years old. It depends on the development of the kids and when they have the possibility to have the racket in the hands. If they don't have the possibility, even if they are 10 years old, no way. Maybe they are 8 years old, but they are good enough to have the racket. There are a small racket for kids, but the kids want to play with the racket from Papa or from Mama. Then it's very difficult to asking the kids to play with the paddle kids rackets. They want to play with the normal rackets. Then it's a question of physical. It's a question of morphology. It's not a question of age. That's it.
Okay. Burada da ellerinde raketi çocukların tutabildikleri zaman, yani o ağırlığı kavrayabildikleri zaman oyuna başlayabiliyorlar. Yani 8 yaşında tutabiliyorsa raketi oyuna başlayabilir. Bazıları raketin yani ağırlığından tutamıyor ve 10 yaşında buna başlayabiliyor. Aslında bu yaş ile alakalı değil dedi Daniel. Bu fiziksel durumla birazcık daha ilgili, yani çocukların fizyolojik durumlarıyla birazcık daha alakalı dedi. And next question. Also, before question, there is a thank you for you, Daniel. Erkan Koyuncu say thank you for being with Turkish Padel Federation and giving a beautiful introduction speech about Padel World. Erkan Koyuncu demiş ki Türkiye Padel Federasyonu'nun oluşumuna verdiğiniz destek ve güzel bilgileriniz ve konuşmalarınız için Padel dünyası adına teşekkür etmiş. Biz de ona bizi dinlediği için teşekkür ediyoruz. And there is one more Professor Fatih Derben. He asked in English, what should be the first step to promote Padel in any given country? I know there are some cultural specific issues to deal with, but I am talking about a step that works worldwide?
Very difficult to reply, but we have to consider that padel in almost all the countries is a social sport. Then even if the countries that they are not comfortable with the situation around the court, that means why the people arrive to play between friends, between the family, to after playing go to have a sandwich or a pizza or a food together. In any case, remain this social event. Even the North European countries, when arrive to Spain or to Italy or to the south of the France, they change their behavior. They go to play padel, but also to enjoy the social life. Then I feel Turkey must create around the padel the social events, because the social events will bring more people, will bring more families. We'll have the opportunity to start with the children that are the future, but do not forget about the people who will pay the court, and the courts must be paid, because the clubs must have some turnover in order to engage the teachers and to promote the development. Then the most important thing is not to think only about the sport, but to think like conditions around the sport, but also the social life around the court. This is very important. The second thing is probably the educational. You have to take care about the educational program since the beginning. I have nothing to teach to you. You are professors in university, but you have to think very well which process for the educational. And the third thing, of course, it will be the communication, because today we live in a communication world where all the celebrities, videos, information give an extraordinary result, much more than people who goes to play. Then you have to use all the tools, all the available tools that the world gives today in order to improve the communication toward the sport. Three things:
Okay.
social life, educational, and communication tools.
Daniel özellikle 3 tane konudan bahsediyor. Burada bu gelişimin sağlanması için sosyal hayat çok önemli diyor. Yani aileler oraya sadece o sporu yapmak için değil, yemek, içmek ve eğlenmek için de orada olmalılar diyor. Dolayısıyla da bu hepsiyle beraber sosyal bir spor diyor. Buna çok önem vermek zorundayız diyor. İtalya'da ve Fransa'da hepsinde tamam padel oynanıyor. Bayağı da yaygın. Ama diyor ki en önemli konu burada sosyalleşme boyutu var. Bu sebepten yaygınlaşabiliyor. Türkiye'de de bunu sağlamalıyız ki daha çok insan gelebilsin. Aileler, bilhassa çocuklar. Zaten sunumunda da daha önce kadınlardan da bahsetmişti. Tüm branşlardan çok daha fazla kadın sporcunun, katılımcının olduğu bir branş bu. Bu da o yüzden değerli. Aileler ve bilhassa çocuklar bizim için önemli ki onlar geleceğimiz diyor Daniel. Biz de aynı fikirdeyiz. Daha çok gelmeleri burada çok önemli. İkinci konu için de eğitim diyor ve burada stratejik bir yol izlemek lazım. Biz de en baştan beri böyle yapıyoruz zaten. Padel branşını aslında Türkiye'nin en önemli Spor Bilimleri Fakültesi Üniversitesi ile beraber yürütmeye çalışıyoruz. Ve bu sayede de eğitimle de buradan çıkacak eğiticilerle, antrenörlerle, sporcularla çok daha büyük olacağını düşünüyoruz. Ve üçüncü konuda iletişim diyor. Ünlüler, tabii ki yani kültürel olarak da buna yatkın ünlüler. Televizyon, dijital dünya ve bu PR'ların hepsinin olması çok kritik olduğunu söylüyor. Daniel. Ve last questions, Mustafa, branşı öğrenmek ve müsabakalara katılmak isteyenler olarak nasıl bir yol izleyebiliriz? Mustafa asks, which way we should follow to learn more about the branch and how can we participate Padel tournaments?
Okay, the Turkish Federation was accepted in the last assembly, but will be official member since the 1st of January 2022. From this date, all the players from Turkey will be accepted to the international tournaments if they are the license from the Federation of Turkey, because the applications of the entry fee or the entry list arrive always through the federation. Could not a single player apply to a tournament, must be registered by the federation. Then since the next year, all the players could start with the tournaments. With the championships, it depends on the federation, because when it will be a championship, the federation will be invited to register. If they think that they have already a team that could participate, they will apply. That is nothing that we could tell when. This depends on the development of the federation. You know that we have continental championships, we have world championships. In the world championships, we have absolute, that it will be in Qatar this year. Seniors, this is plus 35, plus 40, plus 45, plus 50, plus 55, that will be in Las Vegas this year. And juniors, that will be in Torreon in Mexico this year, that is under 18, under 16, under 14. Then when the federation will be ready, they will start to apply for championships, that is teams. When the players are ready, they will start to apply for tournaments, that there are the tournaments in the official circuit, that this year are more than 80 tournaments all around the world. The last tournament held this week in Ecuador, for example. And next week it will be in Italy, one tournament, and in Japan another. Then you could see in the website the quantity of tournaments, and when you will be ready, you could start to apply.
Okay. Öncelikle Daniel'ın söylediği, burada genelde federasyonlara kayıt olarak bu olur. Bununla beraber şu anda ülkemizde temsilcilik var. Temsilci olarak da Padel İstanbul Spor Kulübü Derneği Uluslararası Temsilcisi. Onunla iletişim kurabilirsiniz diyor. Bizde şu an federasyon oluşmadığı için. Ama bu uluslararası temsilcilik de bunun önemli bir adımı. Şimdi başlanabilir ama tekli olarak değil diyor. Yani gelecek yıl itibariyle bu mümkün olabilir bu ülkede diyor. Oyuncular federasyona başvuracak, temsilciliğe başvuracak. Öyle mümkün olabilir. Ama bunun ne zaman olması yani ne zaman olacağını söylemekte zor. Türkiye'deki federasyonun ve bu sporun kurumsal gelişimiyle söyleyebiliriz diyor. Takımlar oluşacak ve yurt dışı turnuvalara gidilecek. Sunumda da bahsettiğim gibi diyor, turnuvalar var, dünya şampiyonlukları var. Seniorlarda, gençlerde, juniorlarda. Dolayısıyla da tüm turnuvalar var. Bunu web sitemizden de takip edebilirsiniz. Ama öncelikle diyor, kendi ülkenizde federasyon ve temsilcilikle iletişim kurmanız gerekiyor dedi. And rica ederiz Mustafa Bey. And diğer soru, last question. Serda Örnek. Serda Örnek, she is our Vice President of Padel İstanbul Spor Kulübü Association. He is also tennis coach, one of the best tennis coach in Turkey. Also, he is a lecturer in university. She asked that we recently started to see Padel in big tennis tournaments like Roland Garros. How would you describe the connection between Padel and tennis? I want to say also in Turkish, Padel'ı büyük tenis turnuvalarında görmeye başladık. Mesela Roland Garros gibi. Tenis ile Padel'ın bağlantısı nasıl tanımlarsınız ve birlikteliği sizce bir artı mıdır? Yes, stage is yours, Daniel.
Well, Sarda, the situation between to use the huge events of ATP or the tennis federations to promote padel comes since a long time. In Italy, we started to promote padel in the Internazionale d'Italia in 2007, when padel was completely independent. It was an agreement. And then after 4 years, it was included in the tennis federation. Padel was presented in Roland Garros already 4 years ago. Then it was stopped and was back this year. Padel is included in the Rotterdam tournament, I don't know, 10 years ago. Padel was presented in Miami Open, WTA and ATP 12 years ago already, Sony Open. Then Caja Mágica in Madrid also used to have padel. And of course, they invite Djokovic, they invite Serena Williams, Nadal to play padel, because all the photographs arrive, all the video makers arrive, and that is create more promotion. It's a use of the celebrities to promote our sport. But the decision to make this agreement with the Tennis Federation to use a tennis event to promote padel is something from the internal politics that has to be developed in Turkey. It's not a receipt that we write from the International Federation that you have to be. It depends. If you want to be, you will get a lot of promotion, but you have to accept that you have to give something to tennis. Then it's your decision. Again, the connection between the racket sport is very high, and mainly between tennis and padel. A lot of tennis players play padel. A lot of ladies who were tennis players are playing padel. In the top circuit, we see Marta Marrero was playing Roland Garros. A lot, really a lot. But it's not automatic that the top tennis players have a good results in padel, because it's not automatic. But in any case, as the promotion key, they bring a lot of result. But the decision to use this or not to use is in your country. It's nothing that we could tell. For example, in Italy, we have today a big explosion of football players playing padel, like in Spain, like in Croatia. It depends. The German team was playing padel, now training for the European Championship. You know, I don't know. I am not able to suggest to you what to do. It's only a combination of aspects. Maybe you prefer to promote padel through the singers or through the artist, and in this case your sport will remain always independent. If you go to the tennis event, a lot of people without information will talk about mini tennis or small tennis or tennis without a racket. will not talk about paddle. Then you have to reinforce the communication. It depends. It depends. It's interesting. It's interesting. But you have in your country to meet and to decide the way of communication to your people.
Thank you, Daniel. Daniel, öncelikle ATP ya da büyük tenis organizasyonların çok eskiye dayandığını söylüyor. Paddel'ın mesela yani bu organizasyonlar çok eski organizasyonlar ama mesela Padel Roland Garros'ta 4 yıl önce temsil edilmiş. Ayrıca Miami'de Open ve ATP gibi büyük organizasyonlarda Madrid'de neredeyse 12 yıl önce temsil edilmeye başlanmış. Yani dahil edilmiş. Ve bir sürü de ünlü davet edilmiş. Tabii bu da çok iyi bir tanıtım diyor. İyi bir tanıtım. Ama biz diyor FIP olarak Federation International of Padel Uluslararası Padel Federasyonu olarak kararı size bırakıyoruz dedi. Ve bunu yapabilirsiniz. Ama stratejik bir karar. Elbette bir sürü tenis oyuncusu örneğin Marta'dan bahsetti. Oynuyor. Ama bir tanıtım anahtarı olarak da sonuç olarak bu güçlü bir şey. Elbette Paddel'ı güçlendirebilir. Örneğin İtalya'da bu şekilde böyle bir durum var. Mesela çokça futbolcuyu görüyoruz Padel oynayan. Yani bir şey diyemiyorum diyor. Karar sizin. Siz belki de yani bunu oyuncularla ya da ünlülerle promote edeceksiniz. Yani tanıtacaksınız. Karar size bağlı ama iletişim stratejisi önemli diyor. Hatta şarkıcılarla bile tanıtabilirsiniz dedi. Bu şekilde bitirmiş olduk. Sanırım da başka bir soru yok. Yaklaşık 2 saate yaklaşıyoruz. Türkiye'nin ilk Padel Webinar'ını sonuçlandırmak için gerçekten herkese teşekkür ediyorum. Katılan, destek olan. Öncelikle tekrar Ali Kızılet hocama teşekkür ediyorum. Ondan sonra Ali Osman tekrar çok teşekkürler. Bu altyazılar için çok uğraştın. Damla Büyük sana da teşekkür ediyorum. Webinar için çok uğraştın. Ve tabii ki en büyük teşekkürler. Thanks for everything, Daniel. You informed us a lot. You informed Turkey a lot also. This is the first webinar. We talk about that. This is a milestone. And thank you for your time. Thank you for your effort. Thank you for your experience, Daniel. With your permission, we will end our webinar. If you want to say last words, stage is yours.
Oh, thank you very much to you and to the questions. I hope I will be able to reply to most of the interesting topics. I feel that it will be more in the future. Then I remain at your full availability for another sessions in the next month or in the next weeks, whenever you want. We could continue these important moments in order to improve the knowledge of our sport and to helping your development. Thank you very much again. If it was something missing that we were not able to reply, please send to me by email and I will try to send some sentence in order to give them the reply. Thank you very much.
Thank you again, Daniel. Daniel diyor ki çok teşekkür ederim sorular için. Çok değişik konulardan soru geldi. Ve gelecek webinarlar, gelecek session'lar için her zaman desteğe hazırım. Bu arada kapatmadan önce de söylemek istiyorum. Bu ilk webinarımız. Türkiye'deki Padel'ın ilk webinarıydı ama gelecek ay bir başka yurt dışından sporcuyla bu webinarımızı devam ettireceğiz. Padel'ı güçlendirmeye, tanıtmaya devam edeceğiz Türkiye'de. İnşallah tesislerimizle de, sporcularımızla da Padel branşını iyi bir noktaya getireceğiz. Herkese katılımları için çok teşekkür ediyorum. Sevgiyle kalın. Sağlıkla kalın. Best wishes, Daniel. Goodbye.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.